What's up, everyone? It's Rey-Jay back with another video. And in this one, I want to give you guys a quick update on Tesla SPY and the overall market. But let me just mention that I am not a financial planner. Make sure you take nothing I say as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please check out the Moomoo link. Deposit $100 and you're guaranteed 5 free stocks. Deposit $1,000 and you're guaranteed 15 of them. And the offer ends in just 5 days. Anyways, for SPY right now, we're testing resistance at 545, holding up quite decently. If we could break past 548, I will be expecting a push all the way up to 550 plus, and we're going to be looking to see if we can get a nice bounce from here or not. Now, if we do end up coming back down, because we are technically still a range bound right now, I'll be looking at 542 as a critical level. If that were to break, there'd still be that risk of coming down to fill this gap. One thing worth noting is that for Monday, there's not really much data coming out in the morning. So this gives the market more freedom to actually do what it has to do. And if you are trying to hold anything overnight, you don't have to worry as much because there's no like PCE or CPI data coming out on Monday morning. There's no major data before the market opens on Monday. So with that being said, right now the market's holding up decently. We got a nice double bottom like structure forming on SPY. This is also forming an accumulation structure. This could lead to more upside if we do break through these resistance levels. And it's looking pretty good right now. So it is favoring upside a bit more, especially on the 4-hour time frame. So it's starting to shift. However, like I said before, we want to be watching to see if we can break these highs and continue from here. If you look at the last few hours on SPY, it's been kind of trading sideways. It kind of pumped a bit, only to dump back down to about 543. And it's been stuck between these key EMAs. We have 545 as resistance and 543.35 as support. So it's not really doing a whole lot, but it is making an attempt to break. So in my personal opinion, although we have to wait for confirmation to see if we break out, the chart is favoring that it wants to try to bounce. And I'm seeing some potential for this going into next week. But I want to watch and see if it breaks resistance just for confirmation. Nvidia has dipped quite a bit and now it's trying to hold up, so it's still shuffling. We were stuck between just under 115, like 114 to about 112 for almost the entire day. So a very, very tight range on Nvidia. So I think Nvidia is just going to remain range bound for the rest of the day. But to turn back up, we want to see if we could break past 116. If we break the 116s, we'll look for a bounce. If not, we just continue to shuffle. For Bitcoin, we're trying to break out right over here. We're going to be looking for a test of 68,000. We'll see if it breaks or not. Bitcoin is showing more and more life, and it looks like it could be forming a symmetrical structure to break into the 68,000s. So it's looking more bullish to me. Tesla is also holding up decently, but let me just make it very clear that despite the double top that formed, Tesla is range bound. If you look at the last 3 days, we've been stuck between 225 and about 212 as key support. So if we break past 225, look for a breakout all the way back up to the 230s. If we lose 215, look for 212 as our last support. If that fails, we turn back to bearish. This is favoring that we have a nice accumulation. It might actually try to break higher. So it looks a little bit more probable for next week, but just to be safe, we'll wait and see. For the QQQ, we have a nice inverse head and shoulders like structure that technically could be forming, but not a guarantee. I just want to say this, we're pretty much just range bound. If we lose 460, we could turn back down to 459 or lower. If we break past 465, we could turn bullish and start breaking out higher towards 468 plus. This is still kind of looking like an accumulation. Does favor upside a little bit for next week, but we'll have to see if we get a break of confirmation above our 466 area. So we're going to be waiting for that just to be safe. For others out there, we also have the IWM. The IWM Russell 2000 is also looking a little bit more bullish. It does favor an attempt to push up to 225. So we'll see if that ends up being the case or not. For others out there, we also have Coinbase trying to push. We're looking at 244.64 as resistance. If that breaks, we could be testing the trend line into the 248 area. So it's looking like it wants to rebound. It looks a little bit more bullish for a counter trend move. Amazon's also trying to rebound. It depends if you could break past 182.5 or not. If you do break this, 184 plus is coming. If it rejects, we'll be looking for 180 as key support. But this is favoring that it wants to push higher. It's looking like a nice accumulation. Same thing is going on with Meta. If Meta breaks past 468, I'll be looking for 474. It's attempting to hold up very, very well. Nice inverse head and shoulders as well. This has more upside potential. Unless we lose 460, then my view would change, but it's still holding up well. Microsoft is also trying to break. If we break past 430, look for a balance. We're still kind of range bound today between 423 and 440, going back and forth. I'm sorry, 430 and 423. We've been going back and forth today, but there is potential in this setup as we have a double bottom. We'll see if that ends up leading to more upside. Google also has a potential bullish divergence forming. If we break past 169.73, we'll be looking for 173. But in my personal opinion, with this divergence, this could actually lead to a nice bounce. We'll have to see if that ends up being the case or not. So you have to be very, very patient nonetheless. But I want to see if this could break past 170 by next week, and that will give us potential for a bounce. A lot of stocks look like they want to rebound, but we'll be watching for confirmation just to be safe. It's not just about if we start pushing up, it's more about what levels can we break. If we break these highs right here. So if you look at this, we have this resistance just under 548. That's close to the level we were calling out. This is where SPY's been rejecting so far. It's struggled to break through this. If it does break this next week, we'll be looking for a nice push. Otherwise, we're still range bound. All right, that's it for my update. I'm going to make this one nice, short, sweet, and simple. I'll see you guys very soon in a few hours, and peace out.